Curious Chimps.
I gained a new appreciation and perspective of ayahuasca after that experience because I've had migraines since, but they're like on a dial, they're like on a 3 on 10 max, whereas opposed to they used to be almost every time 9 on 10, 8 on 10, 10 on 10. So what happened was right when ceremony started, literally as the fucking candles lit and he's doing the speech, the migraine just slammed into me, and I'm like, oh, fuck me, fuck me.
Cool.
I'm like, this, already the resistance got so strong. I'm like, fuck, this is going to be bad. I felt it, like, anyone who has had migraines, you can resonate with me. You feel it, at least for me, I feel it on the sides, in the temples, and then my vision starts getting really sensitive. So that candlelight was just like shining, you know? And then as you move your head, you get a little bit nauseous. Like, it's like the calibration's off, you know?
Yeah.
So service starts, first cup, and I feel that migraine's creeping in, you know, it was coming in, and then I'm just dealing with it. It wasn't so bad. Second service, I thought each cup would kind of get rid of it. I was just like hoping so.
Yeah.
And it amplified it every time,
Good. Just 8, 9, 10, 11. You're like...
And so that's it. So then the third glass, the dial broke. Like I never had that pain in my life. And it was like someone was compressing. Have you ever watched Goodfellas? Oh no, it was Casino, where Joe Pesci was like fucking squeezing that guy's head in the vice, whatever, the vice grip, and he's just like, who did the guy he snitched on? He's like, Tommy G, this you fucking bust your eyeball out of your skull for Tommy G or something, whatever his name is. One of my favorite scenes, regardless. Anyway, that scene where he's compressing the guy's head with that vice is exactly how I felt, and it was squeezing here, and I had to leave the room, and I went outside. Well, actually, I was there, and then Mathieu came to me. He's like, are you okay? Let's go outside. So I go outside, and it's just slamming into me. Basically, worst pain in my life. And I'm saying that I've dealt with migraines my whole life. That was the worst. That was all my migraines condensed into one thing. And I realized this is some second arrow shit that Andre explained to us, that a lot of that pain I was experiencing, yes, the migraine was bad, but it's all the years of attachment to that pain and that label I put on this. Because every time I would get a migraine, I'd just be like, fuck my day. Like, I ruined my fucking day. And I'd go lie down and just deal with it with such negativity, you know? So ayahuasca actually is like, you know what? We're going to give you everything you've put on this throughout the years in one moment so you can see it all for what it is. So I was experiencing the physical pain, but all that emotional attachment from the earliest memories of my migraines when I was like 8 years old. And it was like, I was upset, you know? And so all that attached to the migraine just created this fire that is just, it's like the blue flame fire. Like, it's so strong. And what happened was I had to fucking find a way to love this thing, because I tried everything, accepting whatever, and it was just slamming. I'm like, okay, fuck, I can't fight this. I'll accept it. I love it. I love this.
Let's see what happens. I love it.
I'm like, what do you want me to do? I've done everything. I guess surrender. Like, I thought my depths of surrender were pretty high, and this was like a whole new door of surrendering and loving and accepting. And I swear to God, once I started loving it, it took time, but it started fading away, the pain, at least the emotional attachment. And then I just felt like a subtle sensation here. And that subtle sensation was like what we're talking about, tuning like with weed, where you tune down the radio and it's just like a subtle pain, but it's not affecting your day-to-day activities. I had that, and I'm like, holy fuck. Most of this pain came from how I reacted to this pain. It's not actually the pain itself.
Yeah, the flinch or the cringe, like the
yeah, exactly. And I think a lot of us do that for so many things. Is the reaction is what's creating the fucking tension. You know, it's like massage. If you push on someone's trigger point, they do this, but once they breathe and relax, it actually feels better and feels good and releases. But that initial response, a lot of people, me included, live in that initial response, and that's where we're stuck, you know?
Yeah, maybe you're a little, like, especially for the certain topics or the certain sensations, you're like, you have a narrative, you have a certain way of seeing it, and then it comes in and that whole, like, neural pathway kind of activates. It's not just the pain you're feeling.
No, it's the connections that you've made, the labels, the attachment. And that's why, so after that ceremony, I was convinced that it healed my migraines. I'm like, wow, ayahuasca is like, I've heard stories where it can heal people's conditions, and I'm like, it fucking healed me. I got a migraine again, but when it came, I kind of laughed. I'm like, oh, this is the migraine? This is what I've been...
Yeah, you're like, I know you now.
Yeah.
You dodge it a little bit.
And it's like, I can still do my day-to-day activities. But it's incredible.
Talk about surrender, though, man. Like, you're trying to, like, accept it and let it be, but part of you was still like, fuck this pain.
Mm.
But then it's like, okay, I've tried everything, and this like really 180, like, okay, I love this pain. I love having headaches. Great. Migraines are dope. You know, like you're just like, I don't know what else to do.
What else can you do?
And then it worked, and you're like, love's got a weird, and I mean, it's not like a love others, love the world. It's like, it's this really weird, like using love to interpret yourself and your history and your present. Like, it wasn't a concept. It was like you loved your pain in that moment.